गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्तरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमपेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing Srimad Bhagavada Purana, and in my last video we saw the very famous Rudra Gita. Last two videos we saw the meaning of the Rudra Gita. It was a very famous hymn, and whoever recite this hymn every day in the morning, all their sins will be erased, says Bhagavada Purana. And from this chapter, chapter 25, a very beautiful story is illustrated by sage Narada. After reciting the Rudra Gita, Bhagavan Sri Rudra, he disappeared from the vision of the Prachetas, and the Prachetas accepted the advice of Bhagavan Sri Rudra, and they recited or made japa of this Rudra Gita continuously. And Bhagavata says they did tapas for nearly 1,000 years and they attained moksha, because this Gita, Rudra Gita, was first said by Lord Brahma to his children, and they all understood about Brahman by reciting this hymn. And even the Prajapatis before creation, they used to recite this hymn to get that power. So it is this Rudra Gita, when a man on the Bhuloka recites it, it will erase all his sins. And that's what Bhagavata says. And when Bhagavan Sri Rudra disappeared from the vision of the Prachetas, while meantime what happened is, sage Narada, he came to Prachina Barhas. Hope you would remember that Prachina Barhas is the father of the Prachetas. He was doing Vedic rites elaborately in his land, and his entire land was completely filled with kusha grass. All that tip of the grass was turning towards the eastward direction, and so he was known as the Prachina Barhas. He came there, sage Narada came there, and he asked Prachina Barhas. He was continuously doing the Vedic rituals, and sage Narada asked, "What is the meaning of all this, king? What is the meaning of all this? What do you expect from doing such Vedic rites continuously for such a long time? And each time when you perform a Vedic rite, you have to kill an animal as the sacrifice. So what do you think you get by all this? Don't you want to stop it?" Like this, sage Narada asked. And Prachina Barhas said, "Rishi, I do not know what to do. No one is there to guide me. I know only this. It has become my habit. I do not know anything about the knowledge or what else you know. What all you know, I do not know. So please advise me." Like this, the Prachina Barhas requested to sage Narada. And sage Narada said, "Now I will tell you a story. And this will make you understand the purpose of the human life." And this story is an allegory. When we have to hear this story with that thought in mind. It is the story of Puranjana, and it is an ancient story, traditional story, which is said to the common layman to make him understand about the value of the human birth. And Sage Narada said this story. Puranjana was a very famous king, but he didn't have any peaceful place to stay in. So he wandered all around the world, the king Puranjana. No one accepted him. He was dejected by all. Even though he was famous, he didn't get a place to stay. So he was going like this, completely dejected. He went on like this. He wandered all over the world. And when he came to the southern part of the Himalayas, he found a city of nine gates, and he entered that city. He liked that city very much because the city was so beautiful. All the houses in the city were so beautifully decorated. Everywhere it's full of garden, and there were great pillars, gold made of gold, and some of the pillars were studded with gems. So he liked the city very much, and he was just looking around the cities with an intention to stay in that city. At that time, there came a very beautiful woman. She was very beautiful, well dressed, and she was very shy. Maybe, probably, she was probably 16 years old, 16 years of age, and she was capable of changing her form at any time. And she was surrounded by 10 of her servants, and there was a serpent who is always very closely guarding her, and it had five hoods. So she was coming like that, and her purpose of that wandering in that city was to find a husband, a suitable husband for her. So she was wandering like that, and she met this king Puranjana. And Puranjana was just attracted by her beauty and that personality, everything. And he asked her, "Woman, can't you please lift up your face and address me? For what purpose you are here? Can't you please to say that?" He asked. And immediately that woman, she lifted her face, and she said that, "I am here to find a husband. Neither you know who you are. I also do not know who I am. And I know only that I am in this present time, I am here. I do not know about my future or my past. I do not know anything. I do not know my gotra. I do not know my parents. Maybe you also probably do not know anything. That's why you are also here. So, what can I talk to you?" And for that, king said, "I like you very much, and you are always." He asked, "Are you always guarded by these people?" And she said, "Yes, they are my servants. They always are with me. Not only servants, they are my help. They will be always with me. And this serpent, it guards me when I am asleep. So I am taken care in this city like this, and I intend to stay here for 100 years." And she said that, "If you also stay here for 100 years, then we will both have a very good company. And it is not wrong to enjoy the worldly life according to dharma. That is not wrong in the world. So we will enjoy life in this city for next 100 years." And when Raja Puranjana heard it, he liked that idea, and he accepted her as his wife. So they both lived in that city of nine gates very happily. Very happily they lived there. Now, whenever Raja Puranjana want to go out and enjoy the pleasures of the world, he has to use this nine gates. So he will go outside this city through this nine gates to the outside world. And whenever he goes to the outside world, two blind people will always accompany him to help him, because he is going out. So they will help him, two of the blind person. So he lived there in that city very happily, and he was overcome by the love of his wife, and he forgot who he was, what his nature was. Completely he was in that routine work. who succumbed to the love of his wife, he was living there very happily. So one day, what happened was Raja Puranjana, he went outside the city to the forest called Panchaprastha. And for why did he go there? For hunting. So he left his wife in that city and he went out for hunting. And hunting was his hobby, and he went out and he hunted many animals for a long time. He stayed in the forest for a long time. All the time, his wife was alone in that city of Nine Gates. He didn't think of his wife also. He was very busily hunting. And it was so cruel to see so many animals groaning in pain on the floor and lacerated. Their body was lacerated by the arrows of Puranjana. Many were deers, wild boar, bison, elephant, all that. So many animals were there. He was very happy to see it. That's the thing. He was very happy to see it, and at last he became very tired by killing all these animals. He became very tired. So he wanted to return back to his house, Andarpura. He came back and he was very tired. So he took he had a bath, took some food. And after that, only he realized that his wife was not here. So he searched that everywhere in the palace, and the palace girls said, "Oh, Shubha, your queen is lying there on the floor." So when he came and saw that she was lying on the bare floor, very angry with Puranjana because he didn't take care of her. He ignored her and he went on his own way. So she was very much angry with the king. And Raja Puranjana tried to console her in all the ways, and he pacified her, consoled her, and afterwards she was happy. And again, they lived their life very happily like this. The life of the youth of Puranjana went on without knowing what he was doing, what is his interest, what is his real nature. He didn't understand anything, and his life went on like that. So many years passed then, and in the meantime, Puranjana and his wife had 1,100 sons, says Bhagavata, and 110 daughters. So when the time went on, Puranjana got married all his sons and daughters, and they had their own children, their own progeny. So they all were living so happily in that city of Nine Gates. At times, a Gandharva known as Chandavega, he used to roam around the world. 360 Gandharva men and 360 Gandharva women used to follow him. So at times he will see this city of Puranjana so beautiful, happy, and he will attack it. So whenever that Gandharva attacked the city of Nine Gates, at that time the commander of the city of Nine Gates used to hit him back. And like this, so many years went on like this. Sometimes whenever he go that way, he will see and he will attack the city of Nine Gates, and immediately that commander in that city will hit them back. And that serpent which guarded the city, it will also fight with that Gandharvas. So like this, life was going on. At one time, the daughter of time, she used to roam around the world. She used to go everywhere in the three worlds, and she also is in search of her husband. And she met the king of Yavana, and his name was Bhaya. She met him and she asked him, "Will you marry me?" And he said, "No one will accept you, Devi, because you are the daughter of time. No one in this three world will happily accept you. So I will accompany you wherever you want. So let us be brother and sister. I will accept you as my sister, but not as my wife. Let us enjoy this world of karma. Let us go everywhere in this world of karma." He said to the daughter of time. The daughter of time also accepted, And once they came this way, they saw the city of Puranjana because it was so happy and so prosperous. The city of Puranjana, everyone want to hit the city. Like that only in the world also it is, isn't not? Whenever a person is happy or so comfortable or feel peaceful, the others want to attack them. So it's the norms of this world. So they came this way, they saw the city of Puranjana so happy with so many children, grandchildren, all of them are living there, and they attacked the city of Puranjana. Now, Puranjana became very old. As it is usual, that old person Puranjana was neglected or ignored by his wife, children, and grandchildren. But he had so much of attachment for all of them, but they ignored him completely. And they began to enjoy themselves, but Puranjana was so much attached to them. So this daughter of time attacked the city of Nine Gates, and Puranjana also. They wanted to pull Puranjana out of the city of Nine Gates. And at one time, Puranjana succumbed to that attack of the daughter of time because he was very old and very weak, weak in wealth, weak in health, non intelligent, that sharpness of brain, everything has gone now. So at one time, the daughter of time, she used to pull him out of that city. And the soldiers of Yavana also, at that time, they entered through the nine gates and attacked the city of nine gates part by part. They attacked the city of nine gates. So at one time, Puranjana cannot hold on to that. So he has to come out of the city of nine gates. As soon as he came out of the city of nine gates, that city was burned, so he cannot enter also. So all the time he was thinking of his wife and children. What will they do if I am not there? My wife is so a soft person. How will she lead life if I am not there? Like this, he was thinking, but she is not thinking. But he was thinking like that, and he was dragged by the soldiers of Yavana to his master. So all the way he had strong attachment towards his wife. So what happened as a result of that is, he, in the next birth, Puranjana was born as a woman. He was, because he had so much attachment for his wife, and he was born as a very noble woman in the palace of Rajasimha in the city of, in the kingdom of Vidarbha. She became the princess of Vidarbha. She was there very happily living there. At that time, when she had that right age, the king from the southern direction, southern Bharata, Malaya Dhwaja, he was a Pandya king. He married her. So Malaya Dhwaja and this princess of Vidarbha, they became man and wife. And they lived happily in the Pandya kingdom. And they had seven sons and one daughter. Daughter was the eldest, and they had seven sons, and they lived happily there. And they gave their daughter, first the eldest daughter, in marriage to Agastya Rishi. He was a great Rishi going around in that southern Dravida nation. And that king Malayadwaja, he gave seven regions of that Pandya kingdom to his sons to rule. And he felt that now it is time for me to retire to the forest, and thinking like that, because he was a great Vishnu Bhakta. Thinking like that, he went to Kulachala, which is now in the modern time known as Tirupati. At that time, in the Kulachala mountains or forest, that maybe the temple was not there, but the presence of Bhagavan was always there in that mountain. So he meditated there, did severe austerities there, and he was continuously worshipping Bhagavan, very happily living there. And when he set ready to go to the forest, his wife also, that is this princess of Vidarbha, now the wife of Malayadwaja, she also followed him, and they both lived in that mountain very happily, performing severe austerities. At one time, that king, now turned as the rishi, was able to merge his individual self with the universal self. And he began to understand that that all pervading, that supreme being is in him, and that being is his Atma. He began to feel like that. So he lost complete interest of this body and mind, everything. And one day, while he was meditating, he left this body. He ignored this body and merged his individual self with the universal self. That happened. And at that time, his wife was there. She was also doing a lot of austerities, and she was also very weak and frail because of this austerities she also practiced. And in addition to that, she wants to take care of her husband. She also became very weak. When her husband left that body, she wanted to dispose this body. Now it is her responsibility. So what she did was she placed that body of her husband on the fire and lit fire to that fire. And when she saw that body burning, she also felt, why? What is the need for me to keep this body now? I am also going to jump in that fire, she thought. When she was thinking like that and getting ready to enter in that fire, at that time, an old friend of her, a Brahmana, came that way. And he asked her, wait, what are you doing, woman? He asked. And when she turned around, that Brahmana recognized her, and he said, do you remember me? To that Brahmana asked that woman, do you remember me? We both were great friends, and we swam in the lake of Manasasaras. Do you remember that? He asked. But she did not remember him. And he said that we both were happily there in the lake of Manasasaras, but suddenly you had an idea, or you had the desire that you wanted to enjoy the worldly pleasure. And so you came out of that lake and you took birth as Puranjana, and you were in that city and you had many children and wife. And now, in the next birth, you were born as this princess of Vidarbha. So now, do you remember me? He asked. And moreover, he said that we both were the essence of the divine, but you do not remember it, and I remember that because I did not take birth. Only you wanted to enjoy the worldly pleasure, and so you became a Puranjana, and you became this princess. Now, for what reason are you going to jump in this fire? What is the reason behind it? Do you think that this husband is your real husband? This life itself is not real, and your husband is not real. It's just like how we act in take a role and act in a drama. It's just like that. He is not your real husband. You thought that this Atma is a man, and so in your previous birth, you wanted a woman you to have with you. And so you took the birth of Puranjana and took a wife. And now you thought that this Atma is a woman. And so now you want a man to live with you. So that's all. You are not a man, or you are not a woman, or no, you are not that neuter gender also. You are that sense of that supreme being. I am also that. I remember it by you, but you forgot it. And he said, Aham bhavana chanyastvam tvamevaham vichakshvabhoho nanau pashyanti kabayachidram Jatu managapihi. I myself am you. That Brahmana is telling, I myself am you. You are none other than me. Men of true understanding do not find any difference between you and me. If at all, if you want to tell that you are different from me, you can say that I am that Rupa and you are the reflection. Myself and you are not different at all. We both are that essence of that purity. We both are that essence of purity, the essence of that Brahman. But you forgot it, and you wondered why you forgot it is you wanted to experience the worldly pleasures. So you came this way, and now in ignorance you are going to jump in that fire. What good will you get by that? Maybe you can leave this body, but this mind and subtle linga sharira will be there only. So again, you have to experience all these karmas for burning this body also. By swaya ichaya, burning this body also, you are going to get that effect of that karma also. So, what is the need for all this? Like this, the Brahmana said to the wife of King Malayadhwaja, that is the princess of Vidarbha. Once she was the princess of Vidarbha, now she is the wife of Malayadhwaja. She heard all that and she left all that. Now she remembered everything. When that Brahmana said about all this, she remembered everything and she thought that yes, I am the essence of purity. I'm not this man or I'm not this woman. So why should I take a wife or a husband? I am that essence of purity. She realized it and she traced back to that path because she realized who she was. So he also did all these Vedic rituals and everything, but he did not get any happiness out of it. Only when he realized that he is that in the next Janma, when she realized that I am that Jiva, not different from that essence of purity, she became happy. So, this story will make you understand the purpose of the human birth, Rajan, said sage Narada. So, in my next video, we will see in detail the meaning of this allegory. This meaning of this allegory is very famous and it is so traditional. I will share with you in my next upload. ॐ नमो नारायणाखिल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु